Warning: federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107.
Let's talk about real life issues, love and relationships. Let's have a good time with the Mistress. Let's talk about celebrities. Let's talk about caring events. Let's talk about things you don't see on regular TV. So join in on PGT time. PGT time. Tune in on PGT time. PGT time. Come join us on PGT time. PGT time. Join us on PGT time. PGT time. Yeah.
So for him to be seen as a monster, it breaks my heart because that's just not who he is. He's never been like that. He's always been a person that cares for people, do whatever he can to take the stress off of other people.
I'm not no killer, I'm not no murderer, I'm not no bad person, and a lot of people honestly could agree with that.
Y'all know what I should have played next? Y'all know that I should have played my R. Kelly. That's what I should have played next. But instead, I just play this. I just play this. Just for right now, I play.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Stop it. Y'all quit playing. Quit playing. Right. I didn't do this stuff. This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years of my career.
Robert.
30 years of my career. Y'all trying to kill me. You're killing me, man. This is not about music. I'm trying to have a relationship with my kids, and I can't do it. Y'all just don't want to believe the truth. You don't want to believe it.
So for him to be seen as a monster, it breaks my heart because that's just not who he is. He's never been like that. He's always been a person that cares for people, do whatever he can to take the stress off of other people.
I'm not no killer, I'm not no murderer, I'm not no bad person, and a lot of people honestly could agree with that.
It's your girl, the Mrs. Baby. The Mrs. with the kisses. Baby, I'm in the building, baby. I'm in the building. And I don't know what's going on. I had to play that R. Kelly. Y'all gonna see R. Kelly again. And I think we're gonna start the show off with that particular story. Because something bothering me. It's something really bothering me. And maybe it may bother y'all. I don't know. Y'all may believe this young man. Y'all just may believe him. Especially when his own mama says she believe him. Now, baby, if y'all been watching PGT Time, then y'all have seen this story on PGT Time. I have been covering this story. It was a sad situation, and we're going to talk about it. But first, I can't do nothing without my team, baby. Without my team, my peoples, my folks. Here they is, here they is. Let me go ahead and get them that doorbell.
Doorbell.
Oh, it's y'all asses. It's just y'all.
Ring, 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 ring.
What's going on? What is going on, my
Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings.
looking all beautiful as always.
Glowing.
And Jason, you looking just spiffy.
Damn, I can't even get a handsome. I get a spiffy. I.
That's handsome. That's
better than handsome, actually. It's our version.
Updo from handsome.
It's
you
an
know,
updo from. Okay, I'm learning new stuff then. I didn't know that.
That's our version of handsome. Looking quite spiffy over there.
Right? I feel you.
Yes. Well, I thank y'all for coming tonight. I don't even know if y'all remember that story. Charlotte, I don't think you was on with PGT Time when I covered that. But Jason, I don't know if I covered it on a Wednesday night or if it was on a Monday night.
Well, you know what? I don't know if you did either, but I will tell you this. If you guys want to go search and find it, you absolutely can.
Sure
what we
can.
need you to do is go follow us over on Instagram, follow us on Twitch, YouTube especially, as well as our other Facebook accounts as well. Now, if you want to go search for that particular story, all you got to do is go to our YouTube account, and you'll be able to search it. Now, that's a long way to do it. You can kind of get lost in there, but if you type in certain, what I want to call it, the title, you'll then be able to look for it and find it in particular. Now, if you want to do a more advanced way, you can go ahead and download our app over on Roku TV, whether it's Roku TV or in Roku-enabled device. So if you go to PGT Time, and that's time spelled with the Y, TYME, to locate us, just like you with Hulu or Paramount or even Netflix, you'll search for PGT Time the exact same way, and then you can also look for that video as well. So again, there's multitude of ways of looking back and seeing what we did do, whether it was on a Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, and even some Saturdays. We get it in, and those recordings are all there for your exposure, or at your expense, I should say.
At your free expense, on top of that.
Free.
Free. But yes, in that particular story, all you have to do is type in Randy. Is it Randy? Or am I getting it mixed up with the other guy?
Might be getting mixed up.
His last name is I can't even think of the boy name. Y'all gonna know because we finna start with this story. Okay, Childs. That's his name. Childs. His last name is Childs. So we're gonna come up, but all y'all have to do is type in PGT Time and then his first name Childs, and it will pop right up. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started because baby, we got so much to talk about tonight. Charlotte, did you hear about the pastor? The pastor done got shot.
No.
Not here in Georgia. Don't worry. Now, if it was here in Georgia, Charlotte, I would have called you ahead of time.
Okay.
Memphis. Memphis.
Of course.
Memphis pastor who is a well-known pastor, well-known in the community of Memphis. And baby, he got a wife. His name is Pastor Ricky Floyd. He has a wife. He got kids. He got a grandchild. And Pastor was at the bar and grill at 1:20 in the morning, and a lady shot and killed him. Baby, don't worry about it. We got some stories we finna talk about tonight. Do you hear me?
We need more information. We need a little more information.
Oh, yeah, I've been following it. It was breaking news today. It literally breaking news today. I ain't even lying to y'all.
We just listen and we don't judge.
We listen and we don't judge. And I was gonna, and if y'all been watching PT Time, y'all know when I talk about the pastors, I always have my church hat on. I bring my church hat. I said I ain't want to do that right now because the story was just right. It was breaking news today. I ain't lying. So I said I ain't gonna bring the church hat just yet. Let me do some more research, and then I can bring the church hat out if I need to. Now, we also gonna be talking about them kids in the parking garage in Detroit that was dead. They had the mama, the grandma,
Oh, you did mention.
Sister, brother, yeah, all them was living in the car in the parking garage. And then the baby daddy said, she ain't tell me that she was living in the parking garage. Okay. It's a possibility she finna have a warrant out for her arrest, y'all.
Oh
So
boy.
yeah, we got that. We got that just as well. And I know y'all, if y'all social media heads, y'all been seeing on social media, especially on Instagram, that girl that dragged that 15-year-old at the hairstylist. The hairstylist dragged the 15-year-old. When I say drag. We got that video
Wait,
too.
by her hair, or we talking about dragged her like as in words?
Uh Matter of fact, let's start with that then. Then you can see
Okay.
for yourself. Let's start with that. All right, y'all. Here we go.
Jayla Cunningham is charged with second-degree assault. I talked to her exclusively moments ago. She says that she did not know that her client was 15 years old. Meanwhile, I also spoke to the 15-year-old's mother, and she says that her daughter is traumatized over what happened. This video has been viewed millions of times, and she says that her daughter is viral and did not want to be. Let's explain what happened. In the video that has more than 54 million views, you can see 18-year-old Jayla Cunningham dragging her 15-year-old client by the hooded sweatshirt, saying,
Sit right here and put somebody said it. I'm not you just trying to right? You lucky I ain't
Jayla claims the 15-year-old was trying to leave without paying for the $150 service that included a weave with tracks. Jayla cutting the weave out of the teen's hair with scissors because she says the teen did not pay for the service.
She ran, forget tried, she ran without paying me.
And then what did you do?
I dragged her by her hood back into the salon until I can get paid, or, until the police come, or until, she let me take out the service. Because it's like she literally ran outside, like she was about to be gone. I feel like if I didn't do that, she would have been gone and I would have just never been paid.
But the 15-year-old's mother says Jayla also dragged her by her hair when she grabbed her hood, and says that her daughter accidentally sent the money to the wrong Cash App and was trying to pay Jayla.
It's just absolutely absurd. It's viral. It's all over the country.
And how is she dealing emotionally with this?
Emotionally, not good. Not good at all.
The family has hired the Jackson and Associates law firm to represent the 15-year-old in a civil lawsuit.
The video is horrendous. It's a 15-year-old girl. We're talking about someone's child here, a child who is being dragged across a salon floor by her jacket. For over something as simple as a mistake.
And Jayla Cunningham says that she had no clue that she was charged. We brought it to her attention tonight. She says she heard it for the first time, and that she has received death threats as a result of the viral video, so she has moved her hair salon to another location. She has a first court appearance, a summons, on April 18th. As for the 15-year-old, well, her parents say she will undergo counseling. I'm Shamari Stone. Back to you.
Okay.
Get up out of here.
Hold on. Let me explain to y'all because I saw the whole thing. I saw the whole video. If y'all would like to see more of what she had to say, y'all can go on YouTube because y'all know I don't mind sharing with y'all, but I just can't play it on here. Y'all can go on YouTube and type in the Shade Room, TSR. But you got to type in TSR. And he had her on there and everything, and she told how she felt about what happened. Now, the thing about TSR, I think she did the interview with him after she got dragged. Because you have to understand, she still was the one allegedly, because everything over here is allegedly. I don't know what the hell I be talking about. I just be making up stuff for y'all, and I just be lying sometimes, okay? But y'all know I do my research. You know I do my research. So everything on here is allegedly. And then, of course, explicit language. But I think that girl leaked that video. She put it out there because she thought she was the shit. And she thought she was going to get some good views. And that was it. This girl has gotten charged with assault after this has occurred. You know, when shit go on social media, we apply pressure. So they had to do something. And
when you say the girl leaked the video, who was the girl you talking about? The shop owner?
the shop owner, I think
Okay.
she thought she was cool. Just like this
I,
was okay.
so I think that children handle things emotionally wrong, and because she was what, just
She was
19
18.
herself.
She was
The
18 herself.
hairstylist was
Yep.
18 herself.
She was
So
18
she's
and
a
the little girl was
baby.
15.
And then we got to realize, like, you do see it all over social media where people, they run out on these people. And I'm not saying because you didn't show it from the beginning or the girl trying to get out, but even if she had it on her Cash App and she sent it to the wrong person, why she didn't just say, hey, I sent it to the wrong person, but my mom's coming?
She
Or,
did. No. I told you, I saw the whole thing. That
okay.
young girl, that 15-year-old girl, sat there several times telling her, I'm sorry, I sent it to the wrong Cash App. She showed it to her. She was like, no, that's not my name. Everybody know my name. The girl just kept saying, hold on, let me call somebody. She texted her brother. Her brother said he didn't have it. She texted more other people, called other people. They didn't have it. So she was like, hold on, let me see what I can do. The girl kept saying, no, let me take this out your hair. If you just let me take this out your hair, you gone about your day. This is how the game that they was playing.
Yeah.
Instead of her just saying, and the girl mentioned to her, my mama says she don't have it right now, but she could give it to you in 2 weeks. The hairstylist said your hair will be messed up in 2 weeks.
Thank you. Okay. So what was the issue if you sent it to the wrong person and then no one could reimburse you, help you, or nothing? Sit your tail back down and let me take this out your hair and you go about your day. If that was stated, then the service is over. If you don't follow the rules then after her statement there, then yes, we got issues. We got problems.
I think that was unnecessary. I think she should have called the police. Because
she probably
you could have
did.
killed that little 15-year-old girl, number one, and it's not worth it. Not $150.
So where was she dragging her from?
Okay, so she went upstairs because she said she finna go make another the 15-year-old. She said, I'm finna go call one more person. And she went upstairs. The girl think that whoever she was talking to told her to leave. Just take off and leave. The girl said by the time someone just told her to go up there and follow her. By the time she started going up the stairs, she said the girl was halfway up the stairs. So when she started, running a little bit more up the stairs, the girl started running more and she ran out the store. She tried to run out the store. She opened up the door to run out, but she ended up grabbing her by her jacket and dragged her ass all the way back down there.
So again, the 15-year-old was wrong.
Oh, yes. She was definitely wrong. I agree with you 100%. She was definitely wrong, and you don't know how people going to react nowadays. I'm sure she didn't think this girl was going to do this to her.
You're 18 years old. This is your livelihood. Don't know your situation. Where was this at?
This was at her shop.
I mean, in what city?
Oh, in what city? This was in Washington, was it?
Look, man.
Let me see. Yep, it was in Washington. I'm sorry.
To an entrepreneur.
Okay, so but you still know that this how you feed your family or feed yourself or pay your bills. You this is how you make your living, and if you allow it to happen, guess what's gonna happen? It's gonna keep happening. I got to put a stop. And then when the police show up and she gone, I don't have what do I tell them? What do
Then
I
she
tell
went
them?
after her with the scissors and trying to cut her hair as well. So
that's my hair. You hadn't paid for it.
I understand that, Charlotte, but at the end of the day, somebody could have died. Somebody could have died.
Not at all.
Yes.
I disagree with
I agree. If she would have dragged her the wrong way.
I disagree.
And so y'all don't think
I mean, anything could happen.
15-year-old girl.
Nope.
Anything could happen, true enough, and it could have happened. But again, here we are with a young lady who apparently was thinking about running, and she went into the mode of, hey, this how I, this my job, this how I pay my bills. No, you gonna give me my hair. I might not be able to put it in your head, but let me take it out. I can put it in the next client's hair. You're not finna go anywhere. And I'm sure Did you hear like the vocal parts of it, or you just saw what was happening?
Yeah, we just saw what was happening.
Because I'm sure that the 15-year-old, they get real sassy at the mouth now. So,
Well, I mean, and that's extremely thinking too. Like, I see where you're coming from, but my thing is too, like, why? So, if the case for me is when I grew up in a salon, and anyone that was under the age of 18 could not be in that salon without an adult. The adult made the payment. So why are we doing that? So if the little girl, now the young lady that's 18, didn't know that the other girl was underage, she should have had that parent around. That 15-year-old should not be getting her hair done by herself at a salon by herself. Where is she gonna go out? Like, you know what I'm saying? Who picking her up? What's going on after? Those are the kind of questions that we're starting to ask, that we need to ask. Don't be putting all this on this, you know what I'm saying, this young adult and this teenager. You feel me? This young adult is doing everything that she's supposed to do by running a business properly and having everything done the way it's supposed to be done. It's this teenager that was told improper information to run and leave or do whatever you need to do to get away from it, since you don't have the money now. Take your time and send the money properly.
even if I called, say my child is somewhere, he calls and says he doesn't have the money. Let's just say, heaven forbid, but let's just say you call me and I say, hey, let me talk to the adult in charge.
I definitely feel that way. Yes, the mother should have definitely talked to her on the phone.
You should have stepped in instead of letting your child handle the situation. You as an adult should have recognized, hey, this is a real issue, and it could have gotten uglier than what it did. So now you sit, but yet and still you didn't do what you needed to do as a parent, because you probably didn't even know where she was, who she was with.
I agree with y'all.
You parentified this child, this 15-year-old.
Now the thing is that this young adult, the hairdresser, might get slapped with a couple fines or something, due to the mishandling of the situation, right? She could potentially get charged with battery, tops, nothing more than that. So that's a couple $100 maybe of a fine, maybe something slightly on her record, but nothing too crazy. Because at the end of the day, the young girl almost ran away with theft. Because the 15-year-old would be considered stealing at this point.
So, but then it depends now, because they could come and say you were kidnapping if you were holding her against her will.
Child abuse too.
It's a whole bunch of stuff that they can add on, and then the mama said she's suing. So you coming after me, my liability and everything else in that too. So you got an 18-year-old, and again, I'm not saying she made the best choice, but I think that given the situation, it would happen so fast. We all say, "Oh, if this happened, I woulda." You should have called. You should have da. But you were thinking, "I need my money. I got bills."
That's what she was thinking. And I'm not saying none of us would have thought like that. I think a lot of us probably would have thought like that. We probably would have tried to beat her down. I do not condone violence. I do not condone violence over here on PCT time. But in the spare of the moment, you just don't know how you're going to react. And I think that's what we're trying to say. You know what I'm saying? So, sorry, little girl. I bet you won't try to run off again. Tell you that much. All right, y'all. There's a couple things I forgot. Each and every show that we do on PGT time, I always have to make sure that I show you guys how we're keeping loved ones' name alive over here at PGT time, baby. So each person that comes on the show, I just started this year. You will see your loved one on a flyer, looking all fly and everything. Oh, Romello Heard, baby. Rest in peace to him. Rest in peace to this young man. Our heart goes out to the family for Romello. And I remember this show so well. when he was on here. If you guys want to know about this story where the family was on, please, please, please go to YouTube or the Roku TV and just type in PGT time, Romello Heard, and it'll pop right up. All right. And next, and next, and next, and next, and next. Now, y'all know, if y'all been watching me, y'all already know, baby, that I love me some Jessica Dupnack. And Jessica Dupnack is Detroit's Fox 2 #1 news reporter. And she will be a special guest.
Yay!
Friday. Yes, this Friday. I just told y'all on Wednesday, okay? I literally
Okay.
just told y'all on Wednesday. I said, y'all, I sure wish I could meet her. I said, I'm gonna meet her one day. And
You
I
sure
remember
did.
Charlotte said that she loved her jacket. She like that coat shop. And for Jason has really been around for a long time, rocking it out with me on PGC time. Jason, you remember, and I didn't even tell Jason. I didn't even tell him. I know I told Charlotte, but Jason, I think I called you and you ain't answered. I can't remember. But I said I can't wait for Jason to find it out, and so I could tell him. I just had so much going on this week.
That's
But
perfectly
yes,
fine.
Jason,
I
because
saw it
you
on
have
the.
heard me several times
Yeah.
saying how much I really, really love me some Jessica Dupe Knack, baby. And she has been amazing since I have been talking to her. We've been talking through Instagram, through the DM, baby, through the DM. And she has been so amazing. Jason, she is so excited.
I love it.
I
I love
tried
it.
to get her to come on a Wednesday, but she couldn't come on a Wednesday. Well, I ain't
Yeah,
tried. I just
understandable.
gave her the option. That's what
Right.
I did. I gave her the option any day you want. So she chose Friday. She's very, very excited. She just keeps saying, I'm so excited.
I
I
love it.
thank you for thinking of me. I'm like, girl, if you only knew. If you only knew. So with that being said, y'all, manifesting is so real. When you doing God's work, it's so real. Like you will see the benefits when you are doing God's work. I promise you, you will see the benefits. Me and Jason and even Charlotte, Charlotte just came along, but she's here with us on PGT time. But Jason also have his own other platform too. So when I tell you, me and Jason's out here grinding, and we just
Working.
trying, we working, we grinding, we trying to see the light. Not the light to leave here, but
No, no, yeah, no, no, no,
our
none of
name
that.
in
None of
lights.
that.
Our name in lights. So when I tell you when stuff like this happens, I mean you just be so 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 excited. And there's one more thing that I want to say before I go any further. Thank you all for watching. I see y'all out there. I see you out there. But there is one other secret that nobody knows, except for a few friends of mine, because it just happened to me last night. Okay, it just happened to me last night. I thought that I would be able to have the flyer today, but hopefully she'll have the flyer for me tomorrow, and then I'll be able to post it, and you'll be able to see it on Friday as well. But yeah, I'm pulling back that but. Your girl won an award. I have won an award, baby.
Get it, get it.
Get it, get it.
Yes,
Get
I
it,
won
get
an
it.
award, y'all. So I received this text message, and I'm just gonna read it to y'all. And we're gonna get right back into the show. I just don't want to forget. But it said, "Hey, Miss Davis, my name is Enos. I'm the executive director of Black Lives Matter Grassroots Atlanta. Every year we have a campaign called Black Women Are Divine, where we honor powerhouse women in our community. This year, you're one of our women. We are honoring this year, baby." So when
Yay! Congratulations.
I was so excited. It is Sunday. So Charlotte, if you are not busy, you ain't got nothing to do on Sunday. We can talk about it after the show. But I will be registering everybody that wants to come along with me. If you are here in the ATL and you want to come, it's gonna be an amazing, amazing event. They're going to be doing meditation, self-care, the love, all that type of stuff. You know, basically it's all about you. All about you. So it's not just for women, it's for men just as well. Jason just not here with us in the ATL. So Charlotte, if you would like to go and accompany me, and we can accompany each other, damn it. So
Certainly.
yes, that's one of the benefits, baby. That's one of the benefits of doing
So the thing is, it comes out of nowhere, you know, and it's just if you keep walking the walk, you know,
That's
it
it,
comes
keep
to you.
walking.
And so it's just a small thing, a little small glimpse of what's to come for you. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much, Charlotte. Jason, I thank you. Y'all already know I thank my husband over and over and over
Over and
again.
over.
Because if it wasn't for him and y'all and Mama Peach, because Mama Peach be having them kids all the time on the weekend, so I could go out and put Peachy Tea Time out there in the atmosphere to hear, especially here in Georgia. Okay. So again, thank you to Black Lives Matter, Grassroots Atlanta organization for just recognizing me. I definitely appreciate it because I work hard, but I work hard because I love people. I love people and I love my peoples. Okay. I love my peoples. So, all right, y'all. Enough of that. Let's go ahead and let's move into which one we say we're gonna do? Pastor. Y'all wanna do Pastor?
No, we were supposed to do the one that we started with.
Which one? That was it.
No, the guy that started with the Robert Kelly and all that stuff you put up. We was supposed to start with that, but you know, I ain't
No,
going.
you're right. You're right.
Let's
Let's
help
go
us stay
to
on-
that because that's
let's
quite
stay us up.
interesting. And I want y'all to hear this, and I want y'all to really, really pay attention to the things that is being said. Here we go.
First at 360 years in prison. The young man convicted of killing his family 4 years ago is sentenced to several lifetimes behind bars. A jury found that Raymond Childs III guilty of 6 counts of murder.
The prosecutor says Childs also tried to kill his little brother, who was the only witness to the attack. Fox 59's Russ McQuaid was in court today for the judge's decision.
Judge Charles Miller said the slaughter of the Childs family was the worst mass killing in recent Indianapolis history. But the son and brother convicted of those murders still denies his guilt.
In January of 2021 on North Adams Street, the family of Raymond Childs Jr. was nearly wiped out. Childs, his wife, 2 children, a young woman, and her unborn son, all killed in a matter of minutes by Raymond Childs III. At the time, a 17-year-old who feared a whipping from his father for taking his car without permission. Childs also tried to kill his little brother Xavier, who, though wounded, lived to tell police his big brother did the killings. When it came time to address the court and his victims, Childs took no responsibility for the deaths and didn't apologize.
Just as I sit here 4 years ago, I'm innocent. It's not a day that goes by where I don't think about them or wish that they was here. I'm not no killer, I'm not no murderer, I'm not no bad person. And a lot of people honestly could agree with that.
Childs' mother, Rhonda Smith, said outside of court after the sentencing, she still doesn't think her son committed the killings. Outside the Community Justice Center, Russ McQuaid, Fox 59 News.
Russ, thank you. And also tonight.
Raymond Childs III is sentenced to 360 years in prison for killing 6 people, including a pregnant woman. The violent mass shooting happened January 2021.
As News 8's Kat Sandoval reports, she was inside the courtroom when the judge issued that sentencing.
The judge called Childs' actions calculated, cunning, and cold-blooded as he handed down the sentence. Childs, however, showed no remorse.
Just as I sit here 4 years ago, I'm innocent. It's not a day that goes by where I don't think about them or wish that they was here. Even on my bad days, I tell myself that they're still here.
On January 2021, 6 people were shot to death, including 4 members of Raymond Childs' family, including his dad, his stepmom, Among other victims, his brother's pregnant girlfriend and her unborn baby, the sixth victim. Today, the judge handed down a sentence of 360 years in prison, 55 years for each murder charge, and 30 years for attempted murder of his younger brother, Xavier, who was the sole survivor and witness. Prosecutors said the sentence was appropriate due to child's age at that time. He was 17, but they were disappointed he didn't show remorse.
It's disappointing. I think the evidence in this case could fairly be characterized as overwhelming. There was cell phone evidence, he was caught with the murder weapon, and most compellingly, his own brother identified him.
Right after the sentencing, child's mother yelled, "I love you," in court to her baby boy. She believes her son is innocent and that someone else did it.
Everything that he said, I believe. So, I don't too much believe justice was served, but I do hope that they do find the real people that did it.
The defense said that Childs grew up in a troubled home, that his father, Raymond Childs Jr., got violent when he disciplined, and that history led to complex trauma that may have resulted in Childs' actions.
So for him to be seen as a monster, it breaks my heart because that's just not who he is. He's never been like that. He's always been a person that cares for people.
Reporting at the Criminal Justice Center, I'm Kat Sandoval, Wish TV, wishtv.com.
Counselor lady, I want you to tackle this first. You
first.
Okay, there you go. Huh?
Explain that to me again now. So
okay, I don't have no problem with that at all. This was an update.
Okay.
This was an update, which means I covered it before on PGT time.
Okay.
So it was a total of 6 people that he killed.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the dad's girlfriend. I think it was his brother, one of his brothers, his brother girlfriend, and then the girl was pregnant.
Okay.
So they included that.
They charged.
And then attempted murder was with his other brother.
Okay.
So from what I remember, when I covered this story, they showed the house, and you guys are gonna see the house on the next clip. They showed the house. Everybody just was not paying attention. Everybody was doing their own thing, and by the time they did hear something, it was too late. He was on their asses. And the boy that actually got away, it was snowing, snow was outside. He literally took off running down the street. And the boy chased him down the street and shot him down the street, but just didn't kill him. And
But what was it?
Got him, and they found the weapon on him and everything.
But I heard something about he stole the car or something.
I think he did. Yeah, he may have stole the car, and they found him that way. That part I don't remember.
Nah, I remember the story. Yeah,
you do remember the story?
Yeah, because
that was after he shot everybody. That's how the police found him, because he took the car.
Because he took the truck. Yep.
That's
Okay.
what it was then, yeah.
So I heard that. Okay.
But yeah, it was 6 people in total that he shot. And it just and I get that the mom, and I don't know if both of them women is the mom or one of them is the mom and the auntie. I don't know, because they kind of look different to me.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't live in the same. They wasn't living in the same home as this boy. You see what I'm saying? His dad was with a whole nother woman. So that's why they're saying, no, my son didn't do this. I believe every word that he said. But come on, they caught him with the murder weapon and he tried to kill his brother.
So there's a fine line between sanity and reality. I mean, insane, and because and if any of the story is true about being, the dad being whomever he was, and if it was an abusive thing and he snapped, which we know it was a whole show about people that just snap. Been there, done that. Know what that's. But when you just snap, it happens so quick, and you really don't have control over your actions and reactions. And he might.
And if I'm not mistaken, Charlotte, I could be wrong, y'all. But guess what? If I am wrong, all you gotta do is go and find the show on PGT Time. under his name, and you will see for certain. But if I'm not mistaken, because this happened like 4 years ago, so I must have covered this like right. I say maybe at the third year, maybe for PGC time. But anyway, I think he was with his girlfriend. Jason. Okay, so Jason's shaking his head. Then he was with his girlfriend. His daddy told him, "You better get home." And I think he had the car or something. But I
I
knew it had
heard.
something to do with
I
his
thought that's
girlfriend.
what it was. He was in trouble or something. I thought
Yeah,
that's what they said. Something about him being in trouble. He
yeah.
was about to get in trouble,
Over to his girlfriend house, or he was over there for too long or something.
and I'm not making any excuses because wrong is wrong. And yeah, I believe
Mhm.
you did it, but I'm saying there's also that thin line where people, think. I tell folks all the time, say you say the wrong thing to the wrong person, it might be their breaking point, and you just never know when you know. I've had people have had enough, and you say that one last thing, and you don't know those people, and that's just overflow, and they take it out on you. So we have to, be very, very mindful of those things. There's no excuse though.
His,
Definitely he was
his
wrong.
dad looked young. You know what I'm saying? Because they had a picture, and I'm sure I showed the picture, but a picture of his dad and his dad's girlfriend that he took up out of here. They both looked young. So ain't no telling what type of words was coming through out their mouths. There's so many kids, y'all, or I ain't gonna say kids, but teenagers that cuss around their parents, and their parents think it's okay
It's okay.
until they cuss at you. It's a difference with cussing with you or cussing around you, but cussing at you. It seems like that's when y'all got a problem with it. We should have had a problem with it when they was cussing around you.
And
Don't get
mine
mad
even
when they
at
cuss
20,
at you.
you 25 and I still hey, watch your mouth. This is my house.
Baby, I'm
Hey,
45
when
years
you on
old
the
and I still
phone,
don't cuss
whoever
around
you
my mama.
talking to, that ain't got nothing to do with you. Pay attention to where you are.
Yeah.
You pay attention to your surroundings because again, we don't play that. Like I keep reminding him even as of this week, we ain't never gonna be here. It's always gonna be me here and you here. Remember, there's a hierarchy to this.
Exactly. And I think it kind of stems a little bit with the gaming system. You know what I'm saying? They are so in tune with other people on the gaming system. They just zone out, and before you know it, they get to cussing. And I've heard
Well, and it's
so
on
many.
TV. It's everywhere. It's
Yeah, but I heard a lot of
commercials.
parents that say, "Oh my gosh, I heard my child cussing on the gaming system."
Yep.
Okay, did you
Because
say anything? Why?
I scream in there. Hey.
You know? I'm
I
just
tell
saying.
you right
And
now,
I'm
and
not
I'm
trying to
telling
blame parents. I'm not. I mean, it is what it is. I'm just here. I'm just the vessel.
you
That's
still have to set some standards in your home. You
you
have to
got
set some
to.
standards.
But everybody gonna run their whole household the way they want to run their household. And I had to learn that. I literally had to learn that from people. They gonna do what they want to do regardless. And I'm not always right. Just because I may have done it, like some people look at my life and be like, well, you done it right. You got a husband. Y'all had kids after y'all got married. You good. Your husband's still there. But guess what? We still slipped up. We shacked up. And that was one of the worst things we could have done. Was shack up, baby. And a lot of people they fight me and go against me when I say that shacking up is not good. I'm telling you, when I shacked up with Bully, all type of hell was breaking loose. All type of shit was going on. But once we got married, some of those things that I remember,
Evened
that
out.
shit ain't going on no more. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. So let's get to this next clip because I know Jason on that clock with me because I told him I'm trying to shorten up the show. And I am. I
No,
know
we
some of
good.
y'all
We
been
good. We
noticing.
good.
I know some of y'all been noticing. Here we go.
I'm not no murderer. I'm not no bad person. And a lot of people
Tonight, Raymond Childs III is maintaining his innocence.
But still, he is going to prison for 360 years for murdering 6 of his family members. These are deadly shootings that happened more than 4 years ago inside the family home that's located here in Indianapolis out on the east side.
Rich Nye takes us into the courtroom to hear from the families destroyed by this mass murder.
Raymond Childs III was just 17 years old in January 2021 when 6 people were shot and killed inside this home on Adams Street. A jury convicted Childs in October of murdering his parents, his 13-year-old sister, his 18-year-old brother, and his brother's 19-year-old almost full-term pregnant girlfriend. A 15-year-old brother who ran out of the house was shot twice but survived.
I cannot comprehend the darkness in your heart at that time that led you to commit such an unfortunate act on January 24th. What I do know is that our lives changed forever on this date, and you robbed us of everything we had.
Childs told the families in a packed courtroom that he is not the killer.
Just as I sit here 4 years ago, I'm innocent. It's not a day that goes by where I don't think about them or wish that they was here. Even on my bad days, I tell myself that they're still here.
The judge called the murders calculated, cunning, and cold-blooded, sending Childs to prison for the rest of his life. So the 360-year prison sentence breaks down like this. 55 years for each of the 6 people murdered, including the unborn baby, and 30 years for the attempted murder of Raymond Childs' 15-year-old brother.
The evidence in this case could fairly be characterized as overwhelming. There was cell phone evidence. He was caught with the murder weapon, and most compellingly, his own brother identified him in open court. And it would have been nice if he had expressed some remorse about what happened.
Everything that he said, I believe. So, I don't too much believe justice was served, but I do hope that they do find the real people that did it.
The justice system decided he did it. Rich Nye, 13 News.
And Childs plans to appeal his conviction.
How you serve 360 years? I've been seeing these sentences lately, and I don't know if it was a what did they call it, a spoof or a spiff or whatever it is, but the one man was, even in heaven, the man said even if in incarnation, when he came back, he still had to go back to jail. I said, good God.
It sounded so real. He was like, and even when you come, even reincarnation, you still have life in prison.
Yeah,
When
you
go to heaven?
come back as a baby, you got to go straight to jail.
Y'all so funny.
That's a lot of time, man.
Yeah, it is a long time. It is, but
They're gonna make sure he doesn't get out because they made sure he doesn't get out. But I mean, 25 years for each person. He ain't gonna live that long. They're still alive.
Charlotte, because we got to move on to this next one, and I'm supposed to play R. Kelly right after that. But anyway, Charlotte, what do you say about those women that, as a counselor, those women that just really, and unless the mama just playing crazy, what do you say about them? They believe that they
Delusional, because and they seem to be all your children. So even the one that was shot that lived, so you saying he's lying and this brother's telling the truth.
Well, no, we don't know that for a fact. I didn't hear that part because he was over there with his daddy, so they didn't say that because remember the daddy had a girlfriend and he shot the girlfriend too. So I don't know if that boy was hers that was in the house
or somebody else,
or the other ladies. Yeah,
I don't see how she cannot believe it. Now I can believe that you think that your child went crazy and he kind of blanked out and this is what took place. Now I can see, you having some remorse in that case that, he snapped. But to say that, you not when he had the gun, ma'am, not when they got all his evidence that points to him and says, hey, he did it. And this other child, I was there. The man shot me in my back. I know who I was running from.
That's my thing right there. Like, they caught you with the gun.
Look, man, the devil is a surprising character. You know what
You
I'm
better
saying?
say it.
And they can take over that vessel, especially if it's empty. So if it's empty, it can go to work. And the person, when they get a chance to get it back, might be like, what the hell just happened?
What happened?
I ain't
What
do this,
happened?
bruh. They say, I would never do something like this. Niggas looking like, bruh.
And all throughout the Bible, mental insanity was, I mean, even the man who they said who's cast his spirits into the swine, and the swine jumped into the ocean, like that's mental illness. All of that is just signs of mental illness. That man was bipolar and a whole bunch of schizophrenic and a whole bunch of other stuff. It just didn't have a name to it at that point in time. But we have to understand, those things are true, and we have to, you just got to know what it is. My grandmom used to call them Hanks. In the country, they call them Hanks. Them spirits, baby. Them spirits will jump on you. Them Hanks used to get up and walk.
That part. I see it all over. Yep.
Chewy done brought himself in the kitchen, y'all. That's why I had to go out for a minute. I'm like, out, Chewy. Then I told Pooh, I said, Pooh, he in here trying to eat up some shit. Okay, so y'all, we are about it. I was about to go straight into a commercial break. I was, but y'all was really talking about the mental health and a lot of stuff going on in this city, in these cities, in these states with mental health and people just crazy. So we're gonna lighten the moment. I don't even know if I should have said that shit. Okay, I'm not gonna say lighten the moment. I'm not gonna say that. Because some people think animals are just like us, human beings. So just watch this. That's all I can say.
News update topping the news at 6. We're getting more insight tonight into the man arrested, now charged with a bizarre and brutal crime. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Greg Hurst.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. 18-year-old Christopher Triplett was arrested this morning. He's accused of dragging a dog, then throwing it off a pedestrian bridge twice before it died.
Your news leader initially broke that heartbreaking story last week, sharing video of the man police now identify as Triplett. WREG's Shay Arthur is live tonight with the very latest. And Shay, what have you learned?
Hey, Greg. Hey, Stephanie. Yeah, I mean, it's a case that understandably had so many people upset. And seeing that video, investigators tell us someone in the community recognized Triplett and told them where to find him.
Video so painful to watch, we aren't showing it to you in its entirety. A man dragging, beating, then throwing a dog off a South Memphis pedestrian bridge. Not once, but twice, killing the helpless animal. Surveillance video from a nearby business captured the disturbing incident last week, not far from Crump Avenue. We share with you the images of a man walking to and from the bridge. From there, the public jumped in to help. A Crime Stoppers tip helped police identify the man as 18-year-old Christopher Triplett. Another witness in the area also said he saw Triplett coming and going from an apartment complex near the bridge with a dog around the time of its death. It was back at those apartments this morning. Willie Bruce says he saw Triplett, his next-door neighbor, be arrested.
He was just saying, let me go. He didn't want to go.
Bruce says he was shocked when he heard about the case.
It's hurted me to my heart because I love animals. I love dogs.
It must have been pretty shocking to see it was your next door neighbor.
Yes, ma'am. Real shocking. Because I got kids of my own, and I got grandkids too. I don't want them to see them doing something like that.
He says Triplett has always been respectful to him. He's sad to see him go down this path.
I just wish I could have just sat there and spent some time with him and talked to him.
He hopes the 18-year-old can get back on the right track.
Try to help change him. Because he was doing good. He got him a job. He started working. He was doing real good until this incident. He needs some help. He needs some real help, some guidance.
Stephanie, Greg, Triplett is set to be in court tomorrow. Right now, he does not have a bond set. For your news leader, we're live downtown tonight. Shay Arthur, WREG.
Y'all like the new Peachy Tea Time background for the video? We shining bright, y'all. We shining bright. I don't know, babe. My spirit is telling me that it's the mama's fault.
Wow, okay.
That what?
It's the mama fault. I don't know why, but something is telling me that it's the mama fault because the mama said either you go with that dog or that dog got to go.
Oh,
That dog cannot stay here no longer.
Oh, you're fabricating this thought.
Yes,
of yours.
I
Yeah,
am.
you done put a
Yes,
whole
I am.
story together.
Gotcha.
That
You gave
was
us. I thought you heard something different.
serial killer. You know, folks start little with animals first.
Yep.
You know,
Yeah,
they
do.
start with animals first to see and test their little theories. So some men ain't right with that baby. Like that man
I
said,
think
he
the
needs.
dog kept following him, and he like, you know what, go. My mama said you can't stay
But the
here
fact
no more.
that you threw him off, you went back downstairs, picked him up, walked back up the stairs, and threw him again.
Twice.
Yeah, you were testing something else. That was something else you were doing. So that's mental. That's some, yeah.
You know, shout out to the police department. Because, you know,
I had to look up on that one. What?
Thank you for taking him off the street. The lifestyle is good. Sometimes that's the beginning.
See, like I
Killing
agree,
animals.
like that's cool and all, like cool, but it's like, where are y'all at, community, when we need to find the people that did the shootout the other day, and you see who did it, and you know who did it, but you ain't gonna go say nothing yet. You know who had the issue, but when this dog got, you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, it's sad. I'm not knocking that. Like, all right, you know, animal cruelty. Oh my God, you know what I mean? But there's so many stories that we have where people have seen.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying? Like, people have seen who shot who and who did what.
You really care.
But nobody said nothing, and nobody did
So
nothing.
or let's talk about some of these children, you know, and I'm just going, I don't know, a majority, I would hope that, you know, your followers are, you know, of African American descent and no one takes this the wrong way. But a lot of times we trying to save trees and dogs more than we trying to save these babies out here
That's what
that
I'm
need some
saying.
real help. Like we get all, you know, when these folks out here betting with dogs, when y'all started that mess long time ago, and just because now you want to be a tree lover and a dog lover, you know, everybody else needs to switch it up. No, like y'all do whatever to horses and everything else, but then when it comes to us, we go to jail for it. So there's some other things that I think the what are they called, the SB, what is it, the people who had the little dogs on the commercials,
Peter,
you know.
you talking about Peter?
Yeah. Oh yeah, them people, you know, with the little sad music, you know. It's some more children that need to be saved before some of these animals need to be saved. And I'm not knocking people with their pets. I get it. People love their dogs and everything else, but there's some other things that the policemen need to be focusing on. Now, him in particular, he needed to go because he I think he was just revving up. He was trying something out to see if it was gonna work with
He was the
somebody else.
chosen one. He was the chosen one. We had to
Oh my
hurry
God.
up and get him off the street.
He needed, yeah, because he was gonna go to, yeah. It was either gonna be a child next or something. He was amping up. So
All right, y'all. When we get back, we are going to talk about the update. The update on the kids from the parking garage. Then we're gonna go into the pastor, and then our last clip of the night is the hazing. Hazing again. Okay. So here we go. Hey y'all, it's your girl the Missus with the kisses, baby. Mwah. Or you can call me Miss Peachy. Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight on Peachy News Edition. One of my favorite editions because we have the families that come on. So if you are a special guest family on tonight, thank you so much for joining us. And most importantly, thank you for trusting me with your loved one's story. We also got my co-host Jason. What's up, Jason? And we also have our counselor lady, Miss Charlotte. Hey, boo. Thank y'all so much again for joining us each and every Wednesday where we turn our platform into the family's platform. So make sure y'all tune in 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time on Roku TV live. Also live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitch. I love you guys, but we got to get back to the show. Oh, yeah, we're going back.
Forward with breaking news, there's a new twist in the tragic story of two children who died of carbon monoxide poisoning while living inside a van in Detroit. Today, we've learned charges are possible in connection to their deaths. Walter Murphy joins us live now from DPD headquarters with what we know about these latest developments. Walter?
Hey, so we do know that arrests are forthcoming, but the who is still a question right now. Now, that news came just a couple of hours ago, and it came from the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office, who confirmed to our newsroom that they did receive a warrant request related to the deaths of the two children, but they didn't release the name or on the arrests warrant because charges, they haven't been filed yet. Now, you'll remember when their children died on February 10th while sleeping in a van at the casino. Tatiana Williams, the mother of the children, discovered that they were not breathing. Now, the coroner initially said that the deaths were from suspected hypothermia, but last week the autopsy results were announced, revealing that the two died of carbon monoxide poisoning. That news coming just a little over a week after Williams was gifted a brand new home. Now, on March 5th, officials say that the 2-year-old Amelia Curry and 9-year-old Darnell Curry died. Now, we also we are receiving a release from the Detroit Police Department. Now, I want to take this full screen right here. It says, quote, "The Detroit Police Department has completed its investigation into their deaths and submitted the findings to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office for review. DPD has not requested charges be filed against any family member of..."
Oh, y'all just heard for yourself. Literally, they said they was gonna charge him, and then in the middle of the news broadcast, they had to hurry up and clean that shit up. They're like, "Hold on, no, we won't be charging nobody."
Because you can't charge them and not charge everybody in defects and not charge everybody. It would have been a whole bunch of people you would have had to charge, and it wasn't like they were, because everybody was in the car, right?
Yeah, the mom was in the car. The
They
mom
were
of the
just
two
trying to
kids was
stay
in the car.
warm.
The two kids was in the car. The grandmother was in the car, and then the lady's two siblings was in the car. They was all in the van.
Oh,
But
with the van.
no,
In my
it was
head,
a van.
I was
But they didn't free. That was the thing. They thought they froze to death. They thought those kids froze to death, but they didn't. It was carbon monoxide. So they're wondering, how did it just kill those two kids and it didn't kill nobody else?
Depends on where they were sitting and if it was a hole from something in the carburetor or something and it was leaking in wherever they were sitting as opposed to everybody else. But yeah, they were trying to keep them warm. So
And you are 100% right, Charlotte. They did an interview with one of the experts on that, and they said yes, it could have gotten to those two first and not gotten to the other people. So I think once they found that out, they're like, okay, we can't press no charges on nobody. But I do want to say shout out to whoever it was in Detroit that gave this family a home. You know, that was very, very big. And they actually gave them a home for a year free. A year free rent. Now, I don't know if it was an apartment or a house. I don't know that. It don't even matter because she ain't had nowhere to goddamn go. But they showed her in there looking around a little bit. So shout out to that particular company that looked out for her. And I just want to say this, y'all. Don't wait till something happens to try to do a good deed. You know, and don't get me wrong, kudos to you. We thank you. We hope you'll be able to help somebody else. But go out to your community. If you have the means and you have the funds to help somebody, and you know that there's people out there sleeping on the ground, their kids sleeping on the ground, all that, and you have the means, go ahead and do it. Don't wait till somebody to die.
I see what you're saying. I see what
I
you're
ain't
saying.
saying everybody.
Exactly.
I
But,
say if you got the means.
but per the
But-
way you saying it, you would have to do everybody. You just can't go randomly walking down Skid Row and be like, you know what, I'm gonna give a house.
You
Come
get a
on,
car.
come
You
on.
get a car.
It's your shit. You own all of this. So
But
yes,
I
you
think
can.
when something happens, it brings it to your attention.
That
You
part.
know, and sometimes things happen for people to be noticed so that other things can, occur for whatever reason. And so
Well, Charlotte, when we did that raw and uncut, when we did the raw and uncut, and you asked one of the moms, I think it was Jackie, if I'm not mistaken, you asked her, was she, out in the forefront before this happened to your child? And you said you was like, we need to be out there before things happen. We need to get to know our neighbors before something happened. And I told you, I don't want to know nothing about my damn neighbors. I done been around enough neighbors that has borrowed enough sugar, mustard, ketchup, relish, charcoal, everything.
But now you contradict yourself now, right? You
Yeah.
contradict yourself in the whole statement now, right? If you're saying for a person to go do the same thing and you're like, man, my neighborhood, no. How would I know about my neighborhood if I'm doing what you do? Until a news broadcasting show, and you're like, you know what?
let me get out here and go get them some.
Right,
We
it's
got
on
this
my
extra
heart that-
turkey in here. Let me go take this turkey on down here so they can eat.
That
Yeah,
part, like, right,
and
it's
that's
on
how
my
I
heart.
felt. Don't get me wrong. Baby, I'm just as transparent can get. When Charlotte said that on the show, I was like, dang, Charlotte is right. Maybe I do need to start getting to know my neighbors. Maybe my neighbors do need to be letting me know, especially my kids ain't number 10 and 7 years old. They are getting older and older and older. And I can't be in eyesight. So I would love for Desiree to call me and be like, look, your kids over here having a party while you at work. Or why you doing this? Did you know that? So yes, Charlotte was right about that. You know what I'm saying? So I could be transparent. I could be very transparent sometimes.
And we have, and it's no, life gets to life in with everybody, and you just have your own busyness of it. And until something jars you and says, hey, I got this empty house over here. Let me do something good for, because you, in your mind, you thinking, I got to pay whatever the money is, or I need to get it off so I can, have some money. And then something stops you, let me not say that. Let me say it how it should be. God stops you and says, hey, let this family move. See them on the TV, they in need. So, you got extra. I've given you extra and I ain't put you down yet. I got this. Gonna let them people move on in. So,
And see, I've always been that person. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying this because I got PGT tab or anything like that. I've always been that person that always wanted to help other people. And even when I ain't have nothing, I still was helping people. Literally. We all ain't had nothing together. We got a roof over our head though. Barely can pay these bills. But I ain't want to see y'all out there on the streets. Because if I could see y'all out there on the streets, that means somebody may see me out on the streets. And I would want somebody to pull me in too. Even if you don't know me. And let me say this to y'all. When I say even if you don't know me, because y'all talking to somebody. Hold on, let me change this screen right quick, baby. Let me change the screen right quick. Let me change the screen right quick because I got something I got to say. Y'all talking to somebody that moved from all the people that they know to somewhere that I ain't know nobody. Me and my husband. We ain't know these folks here in ATL. But we still was like, dang, you ain't got nowhere to go? We'll take a risk and let y'all move on in with us and hope you don't kill us. Hope you don't steal from us and rob us. But and Poolie was just like me. We didn't want to see nobody out there on the streets. But then we became of age. Charlotte, we became of age. And we was like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. No, you cannot come move in with us. We got kids now. You got to understand, I went through my whole 20s with no kids of my own that I birthed. So it was a whole nother ballpark for me. whole nother ballpark for me.
That would be working where you work or doing what you do, and you see, like, I wish I could bring everybody home half of the time with me, but then I have to think, especially because I get attached to young ladies. They like to sit in my office and have conversations, and we just whatever. Half the time I'm ignoring them, but the parts of it that I do hear are those parts that I need to hear. That you need some help. You need a little extra something, but then I have to remember I have a son. I'm not gonna put him in jeopardy. You come into my house and something pop off or something, I wouldn't dare. So I have to
Yep.
be, mindful of this. I have an accountability to him before I have it to anybody else.
Yes.
So you have to, you just have to be thoughtful about what you can do. And if you can't do everything, you do something.
Yeah,
Do
she
something.
right, y'all. I can tell y'all some stories, baby. I can tell y'all some stories about the Davises, Jason, about the Davises. Just ain't got there yet. 4 years in, but we ain't got there yet. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this next clip. Let's go ahead and get into the pastor. Now, y'all, let's not be too hard because his community and his church family, his flocks, the flocks, they flocking. I don't mean to laugh, but they flocking, y'all. So let's be nice to them. But it's always different when you on the outside looking in, right, Charlotte? We don't know nothing about this man at all. But we do.
Just look and we don't judge.
Sometimes we do. We ain't gonna sit there and lie. Sometimes we do. Sometimes we do. It's okay. We just don't judge all the time. But we judge sometimes. And we don't know what happened with this story. We have no idea. All we know is Miss Peachy is going to follow the story. That's all we know right now. This was breaking news. We just found out about this today. It just showed today. Everybody in Memphis is going crazy because they all know about this man. And they is like in disbelief. But when I tell y'all, social media is on fire. The flock is flocking. And if you don't know who the flock is his church home. They flocking. His family is flocking. And things happen. So here we go.
This afternoon, starting with our Team 3 coverage of the killing of Pastor Ricky Floyd. WREG's Drita Patterson has more on the deadly shooting police are now investigating.
A local pastor known for taking his messages of nonviolence to the streets of Memphis sadly died in the streets overnight during a violent attack. It was here where it happened in South Memphis. The area has since cleared, a much different scene hours earlier. Take a look. Just after 1 a.m., police were called here to Kentucky Street, just off West E.H. Crump. This late night spot was just closing up when gunfire erupted outside the establishment. A man was gunned down while a woman was being detained. Memphis detectives have confirmed with your news leader the victim is Pastor Ricky Floyd, the senior lead pastor at Pursuit of God Transformation Center in Fraser. One of the city's latest deadly attacks in which a city leader became caught in the chaos. It's a reminder to some crime can happen anywhere, at any time, to anyone.
We have to be aware at all times of our surroundings. And that's just the best we can do.
We have Team 3 coverage in all of the newscasts today. In fact, we are still working to get more information on the pastor who was killed, especially when it comes to the impact he had on this community. We're also digging deeper to get information on the woman who has since been taken into custody and charged. Stay with us throughout the day. Reporting for your news leader.
Yeah, that's why they say don't stay outside long.
She wasn't playing when she said, stay with us throughout the day. She wasn't playing. Baby, it was like clockwork. Every hour on the hour, it was something new coming out. Jason, they weren't playing no games. That's how I knew this man was somebody big in Memphis. A lot of people knew him. So There's 3 things I want to read right quick. I'm gonna try to read as fast as I can. Y'all know I talk fast sometimes too, so y'all gotta have to bear with me. But this came from somebody that the pastor knows. I'm just gonna say that the pastor knows. He said Pastor Ricky Floyd was supposed to be in the studio with me this morning at 10 o'clock a.m. This morning, okay? I told y'all this was breaking news today. 10 a.m. this morning. We were to discuss his new book, The Merge. I had the studio set, cameras in place, and questions ready to go. When 10 a.m. came and Pastor Ricky hadn't showed up, I sent him a text to see if we were still on. While waiting to hear back, I saw the post on Facebook. My heart is broken. I love Ricky and Sheila, his wife. Thankful for our friendship through the years, praying for the peace and comfort of Jesus to cover this precious family. This pastor, when I did my research, this pastor did some video. I'm gonna try to see if I can find it right quick, but some video that this woman, they all had staged. And this woman, she had came to the church looking for him. She couldn't find him. The wife was there. She was like, he should be pulling up soon. And then he pulled up. Fly ass car. I gotta find it, and I'm gonna show y'all while one of the other clips playing. But fly car, he pulled up, drop top, gets out the car, acting like he didn't know that she was there or whatnot. Anyways, while they was talking, because she interviewed him, while they was talking, they ended up talking about how he likes to be very transparent. And in the process of being transparent, he let them know that he was an abusive man. And he beat up his wife. But his wife stuck around, still together. They're just fine. Probably cheated on her, all that extra stuff. But we don't know that. He didn't say that for a fact in this video. But he did mention the domestic violence. And he mentioned some other things that I didn't agree with. But hey, to each his own. To each his own. I had to learn that too. To each his own. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get into the next clip for the past.
We're not going to skip over that.
Okay, go ahead, girl. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Go ahead. Go ahead. What you want?
He was in the video. He was talking about that to say that he had changed.
Yes.
Okay, so you didn't finish with that.
He said that she was ignorant. He said that his wife was ignorant. Yeah, that's what he said. He called her ignorant. I didn't like that. But he said they both was ignorant and that basically they didn't know God at the time. But now they do. That's why I said I want to try to find it.
No, that makes sense. That makes sense. I'm with you now. Huh?
Oh, you said I'm with you now. I was like, what makes sense?
That she would be called, he would call her ignorant to not knowing God and where they, their walk. I can see that.
Yes, he said they both was coming from trauma. They both didn't have the proper upbringing. He said all this. And now they have learned their lessons and things are good. But we all know that people will bring stuff up. Matter of fact, I think this is it. This might be it. I don't know. Let me see. But when I tell y'all, it was a nice car. Like it was kind of old school, the video. Yep, I found the video. Yeah, I found the video. So I do have to fast forward it. So before I fast forward it, while I'm fast forwarding, we're going to get into the second clip, okay? Here we go.
4.
Breaking news on your news leader at 4 today. We're learning more about what may have happened to a well-known pastor who died in the streets of Memphis early this morning. Pastor Ricky Floyd was shot and killed outside a South Memphis bar and kitchen. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Alex Coleman.
And I'm April Thompson. We're just getting information in from police this afternoon. An affidavit says 3 people, including a woman who is now charged, got into an argument with Pastor Floyd. It goes on to say that a video from Mama's Bar and Kitchen shows Floyd threw the suspect's phone to the ground along with a beer can.
Now, police say he started to drive away but got out and walked toward her. Then she reportedly moved toward Floyd, and that's when police say he walked backwards away from her and then fell to the ground. Of course, this has all sent shockwaves all across Memphis and the Mid-South.
Indeed, those in the community as well as other pastors are responding hours after learning the man who preached nonviolence is one of the city's latest victims of violence.
Crime scene tape blowing violently in the wind marks the spot where a violent attack happened overnight. It was just after 1 a.m. when police were called here to Mama's Bar and Kitchen at the corner of Kentucky Street and E.H. Crump Boulevard. Listen as dispatch relays information from Broadcastify.
It was involving a female shooting a male who was constantly approaching her in an aggressive manner.
Police, along with other first responders, soon arrived, but there was nothing they could do. This ambulance sat idle, as the man shot was never rushed away from the scene. Instead, this is where he was pronounced dead. The victim, we learned, is Pastor Ricky Floyd, the senior lead pastor of Pursuit of God Transformation Center in Frazier.
I don't know what to say. A pastor would be slaughtered. It's just rare, and I guess it's rare, but it seems to be an occurrence that's happening more often.
A manager here at Mama's Bar and Kitchen told us off camera this did not happen inside the establishment. They're also telling us it happened once they closed up. She wanted to make that clear. However, what's unclear is what prompted the deadly shooting. A source with first-hand knowledge of the case says there was a dispute between Pastor Floyd and a woman later identified as Samantha Marion. The source goes on to say the pastor threw her phone before things spilled into the streets and then spiraled out of control, ending with Samantha Marion allegedly shooting and killing the pastor. She has since been charged with voluntary manslaughter, a killing in which someone is said to have acted in the heat of passion. While police continue piecing together what happened, there's a community far and wide grappling with grief.
To all of those in Memphis and Shelby County and throughout the country and throughout the world that had the chance to encounter this brother's life and ministry. So it's definitely a time to mourn.
For your news leader in South Memphis, Jarita Patterson, WREG News Channel 3.
And that police affidavit says the suspect, 42-year-old Samantha Marion, admitted to the shooting. She's charged with voluntary manslaughter and is set to be in court tomorrow. And earlier today, Dr. Keith Norman, pastor of First Baptist Church Broad, spoke with us about his colleague and good friend.
All right. So
Crime of passion. Crime of passion. That just summed it up.
Yeah, when I heard that earlier, I was like,
well, I mean, it doesn't.
Yeah. But let me go to these other two right quick. Because I told you the flock was flocking. So this one was from a random person that covers these type of stories, I guess. He could have driven away. Let me add this. I read this before they aired that last clip that I just played where they went more into details. This right here was already out there. But it said he could have driven away when he had the chance if he'd known death was lurking so near. But something, anger, unspoken words, or a stubborn spark kept Pastor Ricky Floyd from escaping the fatal clash outside Mama's Bar in South Memphis on March 12, 2025. After hurting Samantha Marion's phone, because he threw the phone to the ground and tossing a beer. Why is he drinking? Why do he have a beer to toss? But I don't know. We don't know if he was drinking. We don't know nothing. Tossing a beer can, in a heated moment, Floyd started to leave, climbing into his car only to pause, step back out toward her, sealing his fate as Marion, 42, pulled a gun and shot him dead on the spot. Memphis police have arrested Marion for voluntary manslaughter as they unravel whether rage, a boiling feud, or a split-second choice turned a fiery exchange into a tragedy that stole a beloved pastor. That stole the pastor from his flock. And then this is the last one I want to read. Let me set the record straight. This is the flocks flocking. Let me set the record straight. It wasn't uncommon for Pastor Ricky Floyd to be seen at a bar, club, etc. ETC. He invited Carla, Tolbert, Taylor, and these folks were tagged. May I add? When you tag people, that means you mean business. Am I lying, Jason? If you tag them, you mean business.
What you say? I don't know.
You know, if Jason tags somebody, that means Jason ain't lying about a damn thing. This is the
You
truth.
got receipts. I got receipts.
Nah, she said she went on, or he went on. The name, we don't need to go into all that. But it says he invited Carla, Tolbert Taylor, and I to a comedy club before. He used it as a tool to help build our marriage. Pastor Floyd wasn't afraid to walk or drive around the streets of Memphis. He was faithful to his wife, Lady Sheila Floyd. We don't know what happened at the bar and restaurant, so before you assume he was unfaithful to God and his wife and church family, just keep them lifted in prayer. And sad to say or good to say, that's the only thing that he said that stuck out to me. Keep them lifted in
And that's true.
Well, because here, I mean, really, guys, like, think about it, though. Like, a pastor, he ain't nothing but someone that's reformed. I mean, there's a good chance that he could have been a part of a legacy, or, you know what I'm saying, a lineage of pastors. His dad was a pastor, their dad was a type stuff.
Or he could have been a hoe.
No,
Sorry.
I mean, I get what you're saying. Like, that could be the thing, but or he could be a reformed pastor, something, not a reformed pastor, but like a reformed character of some sort. So dwelling in spaces of what most would consider the devil's palace might be a space where he can like grab somebody because he understands the language, the space, the usage of it, because he was once there. Right. I'm giving him a lot of leeway, but I'm just also saying that is a possibility. You feel me? Because we have to think the way that wait. We have to really think though the way that church and the way that the word is nowadays aren't what we grew up with. So he has to connect with them differently.
Ninja. Because I can't say the word that I want to say. So Ninja, we're still trying to figure out why was TD Jakes up there with P. Diddy at the parties and all that. We're still trying to figure that out. So no, we don't understand why this pastor is at the bar / restaurant /
And you going to a comedy club is totally different. But they said he wasn't inside the club, but it was still 1:00 at night. Let's start there.
120. 120.
You could.
Why you're not at home?
And if you are saving souls, your wife should have been there, because you don't do things of that nature without some accountability, because you can easily be swayed another way.
Hold on, Charlotte. Hold on. I'm going to say this. Maybe they was laying down in the bed, sleep, him and his wife. He got this call. He said, baby, I got to go down to the club. I got to save a soul. I got to save a soul. Laugh if you want to. That's why I said, when we get more information, I'm going to put my church hat on. And then y'all know how I really feel about the situation. But what if
the
he said,
fact that
I got to go save a soul?
The crime people, the policemen have called it a crime of passion.
Yes.
That's number one.
Yes.
And then the second part is, how many people phone you just slap out their hand for no reason because you trying to save their soul? No. There was something else going on in that story. When somebody get to slapping cell phones out folks' hands, you mad. And that's personal.
But let me finish. He could have woke up on the side of her and said, baby, I gotta go save a soul at the club bar. At mama's bar. Baby, go ahead. Go ahead, baby. Don't y'all think that wifey would have been the first one on the platform in the forefront? Talking about no. He went to go save some souls. We ain't heard nothing that she had to say. Nothing.
No, she might be upset. She might be upset.
And she could be upset, but at the
I don't
same
think
time,
that I would
she
be,
could have
you
came
know.
out and said something.
No, I
Yes.
wouldn't.
Yes.
I would. Because I'm not finna justify
He
it
a
with
big person in Memphis. He big. Everybody know this man in Memphis. He's
And I
saving
ain't got
souls
time.
in all communities.
Y'all think what y'all want to think about my man. Whatever y'all think about it. I'm over here grieving. I'm crying. I don't have time to be trying to justify it to y'all.
Well, that's you. Some of them folks feel like they do have to justify some things. Okay? They is not finna let their husband's name just be dragged in the damn dirt. When they know this is what happened, this is how it occurred. Me personally, and I'm just being honest with y'all, until I find out differently, until I see something different that come on my timeline, I don't think this pastor was up to any good. And
Yeah,
he ain't the first pastor, and he ain't gonna be the last.
And it's okay. Because we're not here to judge. He before whoever he's supposed to be. And we just listen and we don't judge because his judgment is being heard by the Most High.
Through the eyes of God. We just bringing it to y'all. You know, God put us here to just spread the awareness to y'all that these are the type of pastors that's out here doing wrong. But we ain't the one to judge. I'm telling you, we are being worked on through this whole process. If you watching Peach Tea Time, if you working through Peach Tea Time audit, we are being worked on. But baby, I'm telling you now, I don't trust them. I don't trust them. I don't trust them. Just like I ain't trust that other pastor that the people came in and robbed him during church service. You remember that, Jason?
Yeah.
That pastor in prison right now. He's in prison right now, Pastor Whitehead. I covered that. And he is in prison right now for fraud for a second time. So you can't trust all these pastors. You just can't. But one person that you can trust, and that's the Lord. That's the Lord. So, all right, y'all. We done showed y'all the second clip on Pastor. We gonna follow that story, baby. You best believe we gonna follow that story. I'm gonna follow it all the way to the end. But we gotta come to our last clip of the night. Hazing. Hazing has been going on for many, many, many years. Jason, Charlotte. I know Jason went to college. Charlotte, did you go to college? Did y'all do any type of fraternities or anything like that? Okay, Charlotte said no. Jason, you said you have. Are you part of a fraternity?
I am. Yeah, I am.
All right.
Rep your letters.
Jason ain't gonna lie to us, y'all. He ain't gonna lie to us. So, what's your fraternity?
What is your Greek organization?
I am not a divine. I'm not a divine.
Okay.
Now, so,
Okay.
But it's Delta Sigma Phi.
Okay.
Delta. What is divine? What is that? Divine 9. What is that?
That's
your black sororities and
black
fraternities.
Yeah.
Okay, but you are part of a sorority.
Fraternity.
Fraternity. I'm sorry. Fraternity.
No, you
See,
good.
I told you I don't know. I ain't part of none of that. I'm part of PGT Time. That's what I'm part of. But and I didn't get a chance to go to a major, a big university college like that. I went to a little what is they called?
Community
college. Went for a little while. They were like, look, if you don't get these grades right, we is going to take your student loan from you. What? You gonna take what? Okay, I quit. How about that?
Not you beating them to the punch.
Yeah, that's what I did. I said I quit. Was that the smartest thing for me to do? No. I should have stayed on, but I was tired. I was tired of going to school. I didn't like school at all, period. Didn't like elementary school, didn't like junior high. I didn't like high school. I just went to high school for
For
fun.
everybody.
Yeah, that's it. Hang out with my peoples. That's it. I didn't like none of that. So when they told me I'm about to lose my student loan, okay, well, I quit then. Before y'all make me lose it. And my mama and daddy get upset with me.
Get upset with you, right?
Yeah. And then that's when I found Pooley, and then my life has just been pretty wonderful. So, but let's get into this last clip, Jason. I definitely want a lot of your opinion on this. Again, because hazing been happening for many, many years. It's nothing new. But I will be glad when they completely stop it. So here we go.
Surrendered in the death of Southern University student Caleb Wilson, Isaiah Smith, Kyle Thurman, and Caleb McCrae, all arrested for felony hazing charges. As News 2's Alexis Merity reports tonight, Smith's attorney does not think those hazing charges will stick.
But I would like
Michael, this is the first batch of arrests. District Attorney Hiller Moore told WBRZ up to 10 people could be facing charges for the Southern University student's death.
His bond is set, and we're going to wait for our day in court.
Isaiah Smith turned himself in Tuesday morning.
He was arrested this morning.
The 28-year-old Southern University student is booked for felony hazing.
But it could be something else.
His attorney, Franz Burkhardt.
You know, this is a young man who's never been in trouble with the law before. So this is a process, and to be sure, it is a mixture of emotions, but this is the process.
According to police, on the night of February 26th, the pledges were brought to a warehouse. They changed into sweatsuits and lined up to be punched in the chest with a boxing glove by each of the three suspects. Burkhardt says Smith never punched Caleb.
My client didn't even make contact with Caleb, and so the argument might be, well, he shouldn't be held responsible for a felony hazing where serious bodily injury or death occurs. So there is a wide spectrum. This is a very complicated case.
Smith is the dean of pledges for the Omega Psi Phi fraternity, and at the time of Wilson's death, he was in charge of new members.
Smith's father, Todd Smith, owns a business called California Hardwood. The business was leasing space in the warehouse where the hazing allegedly happened.
Burkhardt is no stranger to big hazing cases. In 2017, he represented an LSU student who was arrested in connection to the hazing death of freshman Max Groover.
Why did you let your friend die? Are you pleading guilty?
In fact, it was the Max Groover case which changed the law in Louisiana. Regardless, Burkhardt says Isaiah Smith is not guilty of hazing.
This is a different kind of criminal case. To be sure, everybody in that fraternity cares about Caleb and cared about Caleb. Nobody wanted this to happen. This is not a drive-by shooting. It is an absolute tragedy, and everyone in that fraternity is devastated about it.
Bond for Isaiah Smith was set at $25,000. In the newsroom, Alexis Merity, WBR.
Everybody has been caught, by the way. It was 3 people they was looking for. They caught all 3. I don't know about this whole fraternity thing, hazing, and all. I just know what I see on TV, what I hear on the news. That's all I know. And I also know that ain't nobody finna make me do shit I don't want to do or that's gonna harm me. So, as a fraternity person that was out there, please tell us what you thinking right now and how this actually works. If you can tell us. I mean, I don't know if it's a secret. Or
Right. There's no secret. You see what's happening. You see that there's several people in several places and on all this. Like, I mean, it's out there. Like, right? And per any type of organization of this magnitude, they're testing your fortitude. It's how far are you willing to go to be a part of a brotherhood or a sisterhood that connects you all with a trauma almost. It's almost like a trauma bond of sorts, right? It shouldn't be. This is something that we shouldn't share. We shouldn't have hazing to push your boundaries of how far you're willing to go to be here for your loyalty for your brother or sister. So it's
for the letters. It ain't even for your brother or your sister. It's for your letters.
that part. But no, that's the thing though. When you say it that way, yes, it's for your letters, obviously. But everyone in that fraternity or sorority has been through the same thing. So we all have this right. We all have this commonality of trauma. If we're making it as basic as possible. Now the thing is that these are typically only done with like these very sociable organizations. Now there are scholastic organizations, right? Fraternities and sororities that all are about your grades. And I don't know, but I don't think they go through the same scenarios.
And you have to look at hazing could be anything. I'm making you carry my books, or you got to come to my house and cook dinner for me. And it doesn't necessarily. I think sometimes it goes overboard with certain things, and then that's the other part of it being underground because it is against the law to haze.
That part.
And so you cause things to be done in hidden places necessarily where anything could happen, and there needs to be control. I think somebody got to have some good sense with some of these things, because and I'll just say, even in white fraternities, they make them eat and drink stuff, and they it's some kids that have literally died from alcohol poisoning, because they've made them drink too much.
It was
They're
like
just
that boy had 21 shots. He had to take, if I ain't mistaken.
something like, I mean, it's in all cultures, I would guess, necessarily. I know in white and black cultures, it's a college thing necessarily. I hate it for the parents of that young man who died. I hate that for them. But but you gonna still have somebody that's gonna be online. It should be over with now. They crossing. It's some folks that's crossing right now. It's spring. People want to be a part of. Everybody, not everybody, because most people want to be a part of, and it's more than about the fraternity itself, because some of those, they have life. I got plenty of cousins. That's lifelong friendships, and
That's what I said. They turn out to be like family to them.
yeah, that's lifelong connections and friendships.
Say for instance, right? I have a lifelong brotherhood with the guys that was in my crossing, right? Like the ones that crossed with me, I have a lifelong brotherhood with them in particular. But since I crossed, I have a understanding of ones from any and everywhere, right? So if I say I'm a Delta Sig to another person in another state, we both know what we've been through. We're gonna say the same sayings. I'm gonna say something, they're gonna say something. I'm gonna do something, they're gonna do something, and now we're brothers. And then we just get to learn everything else about us on a normal aspect. You feel me? So
and jobs. Jobs too.
That's what it's supposed to.
Some of them will help with jobs.
Hopefully.
I mean, you got all people in White Houses and everything else in the White Houses that you get these jobs just because they're your brothers. That is why a lot of, especially white people, they pledge, because it leads to other things. It necessarily helps you to get a job. It helps you to put it on your resume, or somebody else in your fraternity who knows somebody else, or whatever the case may be. It's a reason behind it. It's not just because. And then there are legacies, your mama, your grandmama, your daddy's daddy. But there's no different than my grandfather was my grandmother was an Eastern Star, and my grandfather was a Mason. My uncle is a Mason. My cousins are Masons. I want to say my aunt might be an Eastern Star, but that's the same thing. We even had those even way back before, fraternities and sororities started. And again, even when you're talking about Mason, it's a pledging going on there too. It's some stuff that go on for them to cross too.
Exactly. One of the hazings, Charlotte, and I know you're gonna say you remember this. That sticks out to me the most out of all these years that I've heard about it, would have to be the one that happened here in Georgia, where the young man was found wrapped up in the like the carpet, but it wasn't carpet. It was whatever they use in the gym mat.
No, that wasn't hazing.
That wasn't
No,
hazing.
That wasn't
that
hazing?
was racial. Oh yeah, he was in high school. That was racial.
Oh, that was okay. I thought that was part of hazing.
His mama still suing. His mama
Yeah.
still trying to get. They're still fighting that case even to today. That's been a long time. But that was foul play. Like, and then they tried to say they didn't know where the boy was for. I mean,
Exactly.
they wrapped him up in the mat. It didn't just wrap itself up. He couldn't wedge himself up in the mat.
Yep. That when I tell you that sticks out to me to this day.
Where because it's in Valdosta where my son went. It was at the high school, and they're so Valdosta, whatever that high school is, but they're really famous for football in Georgia. Like that high school, when you go down there, you think it's truly a college campus for it to be a public school, and that was a lot even back then. And she's going. I think she's still fighting for justice.
She is. I do know some people that's in connections with her. And they literally have told me whenever you want her on the show, just let me know. But I do need to do some more research on that story just as well. But I definitely that's what I remember the most is that baby being wrapped up in that mat. So our prayers goes out to the family, and our hearts and our prayers go out to every family that we feature tonight on PGT Time. I gotta say that, and I gotta remember to say it more often, Jason and Charlotte. If you can remind me, or if I don't say it, please y'all say it, okay? But we have came to the end of the show, y'all. I thank y'all for being here with us tonight. Yes, every Wednesday is for the families. We dedicate Wednesday to the families. But I'm going to be honest with y'all. And y'all, shout out to Jason. Shout out to Jason for reminding me. Jason, no, I be used to the ground, baby. But sometimes we still need a mental break ourselves. Literally having family after family every single week. Introducing a whole nother, I'm gonna say a crime of passion to us. Sometimes Charlotte finna go, y'all. Bye. We love you.
Love you. Bye. See you next week.
See you next week. Trying to figure it out. So sometimes y'all, we have to take a mental break. Like Jason been rocking with me since what? Like almost a year after I started.
Sure enough.
Almost a year. And it took Jason to come to me and say, look, he don't call me Miss Peach Neil. But sometimes he may not even call me anything. He just start talking.
That part. Sis, look,
listen. Or he'll say sis. Yes, you will say sis. Most of the time it's sis. But he definitely lets me know, sometimes it's okay to take a mental break. It's okay to sit it out. Or just do other clips like I do on Mondays. So I thank Jason for that. I really do. And also I understand that sometimes families are just not ready to come on. They may say they are. Yeah, I'm coming on. They be boots on the ground. But the closer that it gets, they be like, I don't know. Exactly. I don't know. It's opening up old wounds, all of that. Even though we know that you never forget about your loved one, or your loved one always on your mind. But when you come on here and you really, really talk about it, baby, it'd be like a whole nother story. So I appreciate y'all so much, Jason. I appreciate you. I appreciate Charlotte just as well. But Jason and Poolie been rocking on here for so long, and I appreciate them so much for helping me make my dreams come true. just as well. So thank you, Jason.
You're welcome.
Is there anything you want to say before we close out tonight?
No.
Because Jason is magical.
No, man. Again, I want to say thank you for even just making this happen. Like, I know when we first started the venture, just had to make sure that it was the right fit, and then we've been rocking ever since. So, just even giving me the space and opportunity to be a part of it has always been a big warm part in my heart. So, thank you for that. But no, man, I want to keep rocking with y'all. We're gonna keep coming in, Rika. We see you in the building, Audrey.
Hi, Rika.
Mama Peach, Lay. We see Joyce. We see all of you guys in the building with us, and we appreciate you always being with us here
Hi,
week
Mama
after
Peach.
week. You heard, especially beyond just a Monday night. Right? I mean, a Wednesday night, right? You guys come in on Mondays and Fridays, and then you just here to rock with us and support us as much as you have. We I want to say thank you as well. So,
All right. Now, before Jason end the show, don't forget, baby, to tune in on on Friday. This Friday, 9 o'clock. That flyer is wrong. It's 9 o'clock, y'all. 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. Baby, I manifested this. I spoke it to existence, baby. Jessica Dupnex will be on the show. Okay? Y'all gonna see some of the clips of hers doing some of the news in Detroit. I'm gonna show some of that. But make sure y'all tune in and you try to tune in on time. When I repeat, this will be a 45-minute show. Okay, we gotta get them. No, Jason, we gotta get them while we can.
that part.
So we already talked about it. So I gotta make sure I keep it 45 minutes because she is a news reporter, and you just never know what's gonna go on at the 11 o'clock news.
Yeah,
So she gotta be out by 10.
Ready. Exactly. Ready.
Yes.
Yep.
So we definitely gotta have it done. I ain't worried at all because I worked in the radio station for over a year. And we had to I only had 45 minutes the first year. The second year, I had the 2 hours. So we're going to get it done. We're going to get it done.
You got it.
But
You got it. I'm proud
again,
of you.
Jason, I thank you so much. If you want to pull up on us, Jason,
I'll be watching.
feel free to do so. Feel free to do so. And it's your hometown, too. So
All right, I'll be watching.
please, if you feel like you want to slide through, feel free to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget, y'all, vote. Podcast of the year 2025.
Podcast of the year.
Yes. Voting is still going on. Your ATL Raps with an S.com. We couldn't have did it without each other. Without all of us, we couldn't have did it without each other. So please, and we couldn't have did it without y'all. So please, please, please go out there and vote. All right, now we out here for real now, y'all. We out here.
Right, peace.
I love you, Jason.
Love you too.
I love all of y'all. Thank you for watching. And you already know what you got to do, baby. You got to listen to my babies. Here they go. Bye. Deuces. Jason, you move every time.
I love it.
Thank you for watching my mommy.